world had turned its heart away from every word the Lord had said. Corruption filled the streets and homes, and violence was the daily bread. But in the middle of the noise, one faithful man still heard God's voice. Not with thunder, not with flame, but through the silence soft and plain. Build an ark, the heavens whispered, go for wood and rooms within. For I have seen this generation, and I will wash away their sin. But you know you have found grace within my eyes, within this place. So build it strong, build it true, a refuge for the chosen few. One piece of wood, one faithful step, one nail driven, one prayer kept. The hammer rang through morning air, while neighbors stopped to stand and stare. They called him foolish, called him lost. They mocked the old man, counting cost. Where is the flood? They laughed and cried. There's not a cloud within the sky. But Noah lifted every beam, believing every promise spoken. He saw what eyes could never see. He held a future yet unbroken. His son stood working by his side. Their hands grew tired, their faith grew strong. Each board became another prayer, each day became another song. And when the sun set every evening, he'd look up at the cloudless blue and whisper, Lord, I'm still believing that every word you spoke is true. He kept building before the rain. He kept trusting through the pain. When no one else could understand, he placed tomorrow in God's hands. Faith kept swinging that wooden hammer long before the clouds appeared. He kept building in the silence while the world refused to hear. Obedience is not about what our eyes can see right now. It's believing in the promise long before it comes around. 120 years of labor, sweat and blood and holy favor. The ark stood tall against the doubt, a witness to what faith's about. Then one by one the creatures came, just as the Lord had promised to. The lions walked without their roar, the eagles landed at the door. The world still laughed, the sky looked calm. The mockers kept their mocking song, yet heaven's plan was moving on. The final countdown had begun. The door stood open, mercy waited, one final invitation given. But those who mocked turned back away and chose the earth they'd always lived in. Then came the day, the sky grew dark, the wind began to howl and bark. The first drop fell upon the wood, and Noah knew the time was good. His family rushed inside the walls, the animals responded to the calls. And as the rain began to pound, the righteous stood on holy ground. The fountains of the deep broke open, the windows of the heavens too. For 40 days and 40 nights, the water did what God would do. But safe inside the ark of grace, 8 souls were held in God's embrace. While outside all the world was drowning, inside new hope was finally crowning. Sometimes God asks us to build what makes no sense to human eyes, to work for years without a sign, to trust Him when the world denies. Faith is not about the weather. Faith is choosing to obey. And when the floods come to your life, you'll have a refuge. You'll have a way. So if you're building in the silence, if you're obeying without rain, keep hammering, keep believing. Your faithfulness is not in vain. 150 days away, floating on an endless sea. Then the ark found solid ground on the peaks of Ararat. Noah sent a raven out, then a dove to search about. First an olive leaf it brought, then it found a resting spot. The waters dried, the earth was new, the sky was painted brilliant blue, and Noah built an altar there to worship God in grateful prayer. Then God placed a bow within the clouds, a covenant for every crowd, a promise that he'd never send such waters to the world again. The rainbow arched across the sky, a sign for every passerby that mercy triumphs over judgment, that grace survives the flood. He kept building before the rain. He kept trusting through the pain. When no one else could understand, he placed tomorrow in God's hands. And you, my friend, are called to build